Hello everyone, it's Coach Kathy Richardson, and it is the morning before my fleur-de-lis panniculectomy surgery. So that's kind of a fancy word for excess abdominal skin removal. And I'm getting a little nervous, having some thoughts and feelings, so Chris thought it might be a good idea to just come on and talk about how I'm feeling and all the things, and maybe just document this for you guys, because this is a pretty common procedure for people who do lose an excess amount of skin. As you know, I've lost 150 pounds on my journey, and that absolutely comes with some loose skin consequences. So anyways, we're going to be packing up and leaving for surgery. I have to be there so early tomorrow morning that we're actually going to stay at my daughter's place tonight. And I'm just like a gremlin. I can't eat after midnight. And so we're just going to go up and we're going to have a nice supper and just have some family time before things start rocking and rolling tomorrow morning at 7 a.m. So anyways, I have Chris on. He's actually filming me, and we're just going to have a little cat chat about this surgery. So take it away, Chris.
So I guess I was thinking, mainly people might be interested in what's going through your mind. I mean, you've gone so long and through this journey, and now that it's finally here, it's real, and I think people might be interested to hear that.
Yeah, so I actually signed the papers for this surgery 18 months ago, like maybe a little more than, I don't know. It was in the end of June of 2022 that I signed the papers. So I've waited quite a while for this. And that gives you a lot of time to think about you always feel like this is never going to happen. And it just seems like, it's just, I'm going to keep waiting and I'm going to keep waiting and I'm going to keep getting bumped out of my surgery time. And so you start thinking about what life would be like if this surgery never happened. And lots of people choose that route. Not everybody does go the surgery route, but I guess I should maybe let my viewers know I do have multiple sclerosis. And part of my treatment for that is something that wipes out like over half of my immune system. So my skin removal, though it aesthetically will be great to have it be gone, it's actually a health concern for me. So this skin rubs and chafes and sweats and skin on skin friction, and it can get infected quite easily. And because I have a very compromised immune system, these rashes can turn into a skin disease, and it can actually turn into necrotizing fasciitis, which is flesh-eating disease. So again, as nice as it's going to be aesthetically to not have to deal with this skin, it actually is a legit medical issue. And so that's the driving force behind this. Is it's a life-saving measure for me, or it's a preventative measure. So knowing that I need it does help, because right now in the 11th hour I'm having all the thoughts and all the feelings. And I'm sitting here thinking like, every surgery comes with a risk. I've had blood clots previously. I've had a DVT with bilateral PEs previously. And so you start thinking like, am I just being foolish? Am I being selfish? My family would rather have me here with all the loose skin than not have me at all. But I realize like I need to put those thoughts to bed, because this is a preventative surgery that, could help my life sustaining, and I might not be able to beat off a skin infection. There's a great possibility that I wouldn't be able to if it ever did come down to that. And I do exercise. I am active. It is something that gets sweaty and moist. And I'm just, for the past, since this weight loss journey began, I've been dealing with keeping this skin dry and clean and not infected. And it's a daily battle. And it's frustrating, and you can still do all the right things and still end up with infection spots or chafed spots or whatever. So I guess my thoughts on it are, I need to keep reminding myself right now and until tomorrow morning when they put me to sleep or put that little drug in my IV, that this is a good thing, this is a needed thing, and this is a necessary thing. And I'm not being selfish, I'm not being narcissistic isn't the word, but this isn't just about looks. Like, there is a reason why we're doing this. And even if you choose to have this just for looks, that's okay too. You need to be comfortable in the skin that you're in. And right now, I'm absolutely not comfortable with the skin I'm in, physically or emotionally. It's been really hard to be a size 4 and still have to dress a body that you're always hiding something. Like, as you know, Chris, we've always played hide the role. Like, how many times have I gotten dressed? He's shaking his head in agreement.
Every time.
Yeah.
Every time. Yeah.
I'd put on an outfit and I'd be like, does it hide my role?
Absolutely.
And even at a size 4. And that's been difficult because I didn't know how to dress a size 4 body. I mean, I wasn't even a 4 in high school. And so clothes now, it seems like the smaller they get, the shorter they get. And I've had this, you know, at the end of this video, I will link a picture of my before because I think that's important. I'm all about transparency. It's not going to be a graphic picture, but you're all probably wondering what all this looks like without, you know, hiding it strategically with compression underwear and Spanx and Shapermint tank tops and even high-waisted jeans. I've just constantly been holding this belly in since it became big 25 years ago when my obesity started. And even once I got small, I've never felt like I've arrived yet, or like that I've been able to celebrate fully this 150-pound weight loss because I've had all of this hanging off of me.
It still makes you feel fat.
It does. Yes, absolutely. And people think, you know, oh, she's got an eating disorder or something, or people say like, you must feel so much better. Well, I do, but it didn't mean that I don't still struggle. It doesn't mean I don't still struggle. And so even though I'm in the position of the weight loss coach now, I'm still on my journey too. And this is still a big part of my journey. And this is going to be a huge chapter closed once this is finally off. I feel like I'm finally going to be removing the last remaining bit of my obesity. And it's been hard to really feel like an overcomer with that daily constant reminder hanging off of me.
Yeah, I know it's been really problematic as a runner.
Yes.
But,
even, on our walk a couple of days ago, I ran a little bit just so Chris could hear what I hear. And I was really self-conscious of it when I would run on the track at the Garcelon Center, you know, at our local gym, because you can hear it slap, 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 slap. And that's even with compression panties and compression biker shorts, that there was just so much of it that no garment could fully contain it, and it would hit my upper thighs and you could hear it slap. And I just finally was like, whatever, I'm running anyway. And I just put my earbuds in and turned the volume up. But, you know, it's an audible slap if I run and you're within close proximity to me. And I guess, you know, this journey is very humbling, and you have to leave your insecurities at the door almost, because it's not pretty the whole time on the way down. There's things like skin slapping and skin hanging, and you know, if you let all of that bother you, then this isn't the journey for you. And so, yes, it's been very humbling, and you just kind of have to lose some modesty even too. I did a lot of like water aquatics with some of my girlfriends all last winter. And, you know, I was in a small bathing suit, and I still had to, like a smaller size bathing suit, but the skin was just hanging out of the bottom. And even when I would do my flip turns, I knew that roll was popping out underneath, almost like a knuckle on either side. And yeah, it's going to be nice to not have to do that anymore.
Yeah, no, it's so how does the skin, excess skin, affect your weight loss journey? I guess we've discussed that somewhat, but
yes, it's always on your mind. It's never not on your mind when you are around other people. And I guess I don't feel normal. That's a big one. Like, I can't wait to just feel normal again. And that's going to be amazing. And to not have to constantly deal with the powders and the creams and the cornstarch and the barriers in between the skin. Like, again, it's just, that's going to be a part of my past really soon. And that's so exciting. And I know I'm going to be trading one set of problems for another temporarily during recovery. But I've spoken to people who've had the surgery, and they say it doesn't even take that long post-op before you forget what it was like before, because you just get so used to it not being there. And when I was in the tub yesterday, I was just kind of like feeling it. And I know this sounds weird, but I was just like, thank you for holding my babies, and thank you for protecting my internal organs, but it's time for you to go. And I was just almost like saying goodbye to half of my abdomen. So yeah, it's been some good and some bad and some ugly times, but it is time for it to go.
yeah, so it's a bit scary to go through this, but I guess you just have to keep looking beyond all this hardship
Yeah.
and to change everything.
It is literally going to be life-changing. Um, I can't even begin to say. I'm thinking in my head right now of outfits that I have that are upstairs that I don't wear right now because of this skin, and that I'm hoping with good surgical results that it's just going to open up a whole new world for me, and one that I've been waiting to be opened. And all along, like I said, it did change. Like, it did get better with weight loss. And that's what I want people to know who do have excess abdominal skin. It's called a pannus. That's what the fupa, or the upper roll, really the medical term for it is, it was just so big. And I had a particularly big belly this whole time. And it's the last to go, but it does go. So with time and consistency, you still will see results. It started to lift up some and not hang quite as much. And it started to come in more too. But eventually, as the fat leaves, the skin is still there. And I can say with intermittent fasting, that did help with autophagy, I think. Well, I mean, the surgeon said as much. And it made it so that I didn't need a tummy tuck. This is not a tummy tuck. A tummy tuck involves muscle repair and liposuction, and I'm not having either. This is just skin removal. And because I did my job, it's going to let him be able to do a really good job on his end, and it made his job easier. And he made no bones about it, like to be as small as possible and still be healthy. Obviously, I'm in a normal BMI range, but to not have a lot of fat below the skin is going to give me the best results for the surgery and for my health, because abdominal fat is an immediate earmarker of metabolic health. And so it's time to close this chapter and just be healthy all over.
Yes, well, I think we've probably covered most everything.
Mm-hmm.
I think this video is important to do so your potential clients and your viewers
Yes.
understand that you've gone through it and
Yes.
are going through it,
Yeah.
and all of their fears and doubts you can 100% relate to, and you're in their corner.
Yes, body image is tricky, and people talk about body dysmorphia, and I've even been accused of having it because I've been so frustrated, not by medical people, but just like acquaintances and things, and like, oh, you must have body dysmorphia if you can't be happy with how your body is now. Well, I've been happy all along, and I've appreciated what my body's been able to do all along, but it's okay to say that things aren't okay, and it's okay that just because you lost a large amount of weight doesn't mean you immediately love everything about your body. And so I want to portray that too. Like, it's okay to want all of it. It's okay to get 95% there and still want that 5% too. So don't let anybody talk you out of your body goals. And it's okay to, seek further assistance. Lots of people have plastics on this weight loss journey. And don't think it's like taking the short way, or the easy way out, or cutting corners or whatever. Like, you do you, and nobody gets to tell you how you get to feel about your own body, or what you want to do to make your body the best version of itself it can. And I do know, like with hiking, remember I've been like lifting my legs up over rocks and things, and just I had to like push the skin out of the way. Like, even as I lost weight, Chris is nodding in agreement. Like, yeah. He's seen the struggles. He's seen me try on 10 outfits sometimes, trying to find one that you didn't see that skin hanging out everywhere. And I guess if there's one piece of advice too, is to not let it hold you back in the meantime. And I guess like I don't know what the word is, but we work on camouflaging it. And if you're not comfortable in an outfit because you see that loose skin, that's fine. But I love how many of you that I see that just embrace it, and you're like, whatever, frig it. This is my body right now, and I'm dressing it for how it is. And you're dressing for the body you have, not the body you want. And so I applaud all of you for doing that too. So just know this is rough, and I do understand. And if you ever want to talk about this, I'm your girl, because I've been doing this for 25 years. And now I've been a healthy weight for, 18 months anyway. And it didn't make it easier just because you lose the weight. Like, it's okay to still have all the thoughts and all the feelings about your body and about that skin even after you lose your weight. So just know that this is just part of the journey. There's nothing easy about any of this, and we'll have lots to talk about in future videos. So stay tuned, because I probably won't be feeling so chipper in my next video, but Chris is going to document this a little bit. Every couple of days we'll just give you a little video update on how things are going. And thanks for sticking around, and be sure to hit like and subscribe if you haven't yet, so you can see how this all goes down. And I don't know if Chris has anything else to add, but
well, I love you, and I'm just really, really excited for you. This is going to be a life changer, I think.
I love you too, and thank you so much. And I'm just so grateful to have such a good support system. I love you, and I love my girls, and I love my family, and we'll see you, what they call it, on the flat side. See you soon, everybody.